Hi there, my name is Cupicate, and welcome back to WolfQuest Forged in Tragedy, where we grow up the second litter of Mikael and Kirby to see what these pups look like as grown-ups, as adults. I'm sure it's going to look very different from their pelts when they were pups. It always surprises me what they look like, and we're about to find out right now. So just as kind of a reminder, a refresh of what has been happening in our series, we started with Kiba, the mother of Mikael, and her mate Bane, who literally has the same coat as Mikael. Mikael is like the spitting image of his father. He's just a little lighter, whereas Bane is much darker. And then, of course, Kirby, his fearless mate, who has no chill. She's never had chill, this girl. My gosh. She is probably one of the strongest mates we've ever had, but I definitely say she's not the most loving to her pups, but is the most loving to her mate, Mikael. Our first litter, we had Zico, Aurora, Storm, Agni Kai, and Dawn. We later played Dawn and Aurora, and Dawn ended up passing away to Crevice Lake Wolves. Aurora actually ended up losing her first mate almost immediately to a bear attack, finding a second one, but lost 3 pups in her litter of 7. It was really tragic. These two girls had a very, very hard time in their series. If you want to watch that, it is a tale of 2 sisters. If you haven't seen it, I highly suggest you go watch it, even though I just spoiled the end for you. It's still fun. Aurora, we actually ended up streaming, so you'll just see the stream highlights for that, but it was a lot of fun. Don't know what Kirby 3 is about. That's really, really odd. Anyways, we're gonna go ahead and grow these pups up. And we started off with Potato, who ended up being extremely gray. I thought he was gonna be brown, but no, he is very, very gray. Oh, but he's got flecks of brown in his coat. How pretty is that? The red shining through the gray. Almost like the sunset shining through a storm. I love this coat so much. Let's get in there and see Potato a little closer. Oh yes, what a beautiful boy. So he has 830 F from the Blacktail Deer Plateau pack. What a beautiful coat that is with the golden eyes. Let's hear what this boy sounds like. Longest howl in history. What's the second one? Oh, it's so squeaky! It's such a squeaky howl. Oh my gosh, Potato, you have the squeakiest of howls. I am not going to add any customization to any of these wolves, just because I feel like some of the customization needs to fit their backstory. We don't have a backstory for any of these wolves yet. If they had anything that possibly happened to them, I will, however, give them the signature Snaggle Fang tooth. So it looks like for Potato, he got a plus in strength, which makes him pretty big. That probably explains his weight being higher than the other pups. He did get his father's -2 stamina, but he does have more health, so he's strong and healthy. He just can't go for very long, so he better make it count in the short time that he has before he gets tired. And then, as you know, we do not have a bio for him or any of these pups, and I have a few ideas for some of these pups. I won't be sharing those because I want to encourage y'all to tell me, what do you think these pups' personalities are going to be? What do you think might have happened to them in that year that we don't get to be a part of their lives until the Towerfall saga comes out? What do you think might have happened, formed their personality? Or what was their personality like while they were with Mikael? During this first part of the game where we actually get to be a part of their lives, did you notice anything really significant? For Potato, for example, was when he somehow managed to scare off bull elk to the point where one fell in terror, but as soon as he saw a bison, he was the first in the grass to hide, the very first. So terrified of bison, person, but could totally chase down a bull elk. That's something I noticed about Potato myself and could form how he acts in the future. So give me some ideas on personality for him, what his goal, flaw, quirk might be, because if we end up playing Potato, we need a good idea of how we're going to be playing him. And next we have Redwood, and oh my gosh, this coat right now. I'm already like, whoa, this wolf. It almost looks like a brindle coat. This has got to be one of the new coats. For sure, it has to be. This is one of the special coats. Oh, wow. Okay. I didn't realize. I'm not super familiar with coats just yet. I'm sure as we continue to have series down the line, I will get used to it and I'll be able to tell you. But yes, this is one of the special coats. Oh my gosh, this is gorgeous. Redwood. You are a beautiful boy, and look at those reddish eyes, the reddish brown eyes. His coat, I feel like it fits his name really, really, really well. What do you sound like, my boy? Ooh, he's got that nice, low, commanding howl. I love it. And then a soft howl to end it off. Wow. Oh my gosh. Redwood, look at you. You are a beautiful, beautiful boy. All right, I'm not going to give him any customizations other than the typical snaggle fang, which I feel just finishes off his look so well. He looks really intense and fierce. Super commanding looking, and he fits in with the original brothers so well. This looks like their coat. He definitely has the Bane bloodline strong inside of him. Let's see. He is actually, funny enough, he's not very strong and his stamina isn't great, but he's extremely healthy. He has got a lot of health. This boy can take a ton of hits, but he's not very strong and he doesn't have as much stamina. Not nearly as bad as his father, but we could probably balance one of these out, or we could give him really good speed and see how he does there if we end up playing Redwood. Absolutely beautiful he is. Oh my goodness. I cannot wait to hear the stories you might have for him with this beautiful look he's got going on right now. And here is Rayva. I could not have picked a more perfect coat for this wolf. Look at this. Oh my goodness. The original genes are strong in her as well. Oh my goodness. It looks like she's wearing like white eyeshadow, but she's got really dark eyeliner. I just love that so much. So she has the small dot coat out of the cool coats. She has golden eyes. What do you sound like, my love? Ah, she's very soft. Very, very soft. Very soft. Oh my gosh, delicate like a princess. Let's give her the snaggle fang. Love that. It looks like for her, she also got a minus in stamina. Unsurprising. I mean, Mikael has a -2. His genes are very strong because his genes come directly from Bane. But she does have a plus in health, so she can last longer, take some more hits, but she can't do it for very long. So we're going to have to balance that out possibly with some strength if Rayva ends up being played. But my goodness, is she gorgeous. Birch looks a lot like Agni Kai. Also looks like Kirby. I think this is actually Kirby's coat, but she's got the 3 scratches across her face, so it looks a little different. But my goodness, he also got tagged. He got a radio collar put on him, so somehow humans got a hold of Birch. Now that is an interesting backstory, I'm sure. Let's get a closer look. Yeah, so this is the gray from the Black-tailed Deer Plateau pack. Goodness, so we've got 2 pelts from that actually, because Potato got the 830. So this is where that gene comes from, is that pack in particular. What a beautiful boy he turned out to be. Very, very yellow eyes. I wouldn't even say they're gold. They're just very, very yellow. What do you sound like? Oh, what a lonely sounding howl. It was so lonely. Oh my gosh, Birch has my second favorite howl out of this whole set. The number 5. I love that howl so much. Let's give him the typical snaggle thing. Oh, it's so fitting for you. So he did get a plus in strength and health and the -2 in stamina. Seems like that's going to be pretty common with all of these pups having that -2 stamina. My goodness, he ended up being so beautiful though. Looks just like his mom, which means he's going to be as fierce as his mom. Ooh, and here is Bramble. Bramble ended up being extremely dark. He has the 926F from the Lamar Canyon pack pelt. It's stunning. I love this red right behind his front legs and a little bit of beige on his haunches. He's beautiful. His eyes are almost a green yellow, like a yellow green. He kind of looks like a bunch of dead brambles, to be honest, that grayish brown look. He looks like he'd fit right into the brambles of fall. What do you sound like, my boy? Beautiful. We seem to have gotten this howl a lot, this number 6. Let's give him the snaggle fang. Oh, look at that. He looks really sweet for some reason. I imagined Bramble being kind of like Dawn, since he was off on his own a lot. But now he almost seems kind of just like reserved and mysterious. And the loner side of him is the fact that he's so reserved. He just almost looks like he's always looking from the outside in, but he's too afraid to kind of go in, if that makes sense. Kind of a wolf that walks along the shadows, not because he's evil or mean, just because he's unsure. He seems really careful to me. He does have a plus in strength, a -2 stamina, -1 speed, but a +2 in health. Wow, so he's really healthy and he's strong. He just can't last very long and he's kind of slow. So he had a lot of changes in his attributes for sure. I'm really interested to hear what you guys have in store for Bramble. He ended up kind of, I don't know, I feel like his look tells me his story. Heather, you ended up being so red. Oh my goodness. She's so pretty. So she's the middle gray from the Lamar Canyon pack. So 2 out of the Lamar Canyon and 2 out of the Blacktail Deer Plateau. My gosh, we got a bunch of different pups. We didn't get triplets, which was surprising. I don't know, this might actually be Kirby's coat. I'm not sure. There's a few in there that look very, very, very similar with subtle differences. I'm gonna have to go through them one day to actually find the differences. But she's beautiful. She almost has a charm look to her. She has true amber eyes and absolutely beautiful orange, like a pumpkin orange, amber colored. All right, let's see what you sound like, girl. Double 4. I did not expect the deep howl out of her. Whoa, I felt like that voice came from somewhere deep. It does not look like she would have that, but bam, she had it. Now that one kind of makes more sense for her, I think. Let's give her the snaggle fang. So she has a plus in strength, minus in stamina. Pretty good to work with. Nothing too extravagant in her changes for the attributes. She's almost pretty standard, but that's kind of surprising for me. I didn't expect that at all. I wonder if she's gonna take after her mom or if she's gonna be just a little more softer like her dad. Not that I imagine Mikael to be like super soft, just he's more level, if that makes sense. Like everything is kind of logical to him in a way. He has to work through things a little slower, whereas Kirby is more like, I'm gonna take this elk down right now and you're gonna watch me do it. So I wonder, personality-wise, if she doesn't take after her dad a little more, even though she looks a lot like her mother. And that is all for Mikael's pups. Oh my goodness, what a litter we had with him. I cannot believe it. So many beautiful, beautiful pups. I think I was the most surprised by Redwood. I think Redwood surprised me the most with that totally out there coat. I did not expect that. He kind of like reaches my soul. I don't know. I don't usually pick favorites because I never ever want to sway you guys on who we play or who we don't play in the future. But he definitely kind of popped out for me when I was like, oh, it's going to be Potato all the way. Not that I don't like Potato's look. It's a very muted, dull gray, but his story may come out. I think it was just Redwood's look that just kind of struck me like, whoa, I haven't seen this pelt before. It's absolutely beautiful. Very beautiful. But he may not end up being the one we play just based off of looks alone. It needs to be the story behind them. I want a beautiful story to come forward. Or if we decide that a pup doesn't really have a story and they need to find it, that the gameplay is where their story begins. And I like that too. We kind of did that with Aurora. Aurora didn't have much to her. Her story really came through in her gameplay, because she was just the quiet, reserved wolf, and then bam, she kind of had to face the harshness of life really, really quickly, and she did, but she faced a lot of tragedy too out of all of that. But that was definitely an interesting group of pups, but absolutely worth waiting for. And Mikael, as always, didn't lose a pup. I'm interested to know if we have future litters with him, if he will, and he'll have to face that tragedy, that loss for the first time. Well, I hope you liked all of the pups that came out and how they looked. And if you have any ideas, like I said, post in the comments below. Just pup name, personality, if you have a backstory for them, or if you want to just say they don't really have a backstory, they want to find their story along the way, I'm cool with that too. But let me know who your favorite is. We will have an official vote. The comments will not be the official voting. We will have an official vote. But I would love to hear who your favorite is regardless. Alright guys, don't forget to tickle and poke that like button if you enjoyed this video. Subscribe to join our family, our pack, our clan, whatever you want to call it. Be a part of it. And jingle that bell to get notified of when I post videos. You're not going to want to miss any future WolfQuest series that we have, because I'm not even sure where it's going to go from here. I'm excited to see what happens. I love you guys. Thanks for watching, and I will see you next time with more WolfQuest, I'm sure. Bye!